What do you do when what you've been taught was calling turns out to be conditioning? Oh, wait. Yeah. In this episode of the Married Life Podcast, 11, babe? Is he? Yeah.
Yes,
We
11.
deconstructing our faith, part 3, good people. Welcome back to the Married Life Podcast, episode 11. You dancing? You dancing? That's how you. Listen, I'm one of your hosts, FL, your life coach. This is my boo thing. What's your name, babe?
Chandra.
See, look, she's saying it normal now. Yesterday, good people, was our 27th anniversary.
Woo!
27th anniversary.
Yeah.
27 years. That's almost 3 decades together.
That's right.
Ooh, we show us some love. But listen, in this episode of the Married Life Podcast, episode 11, this is Deconstruction part 3, good people, when our faith started cracking. Ooh, we. So if you ever felt that, or if you ever felt like you was called to do something, it might be conditioning. This episode, we're going to get into it. We're going to talk about that right back.
That's right.
Yeah, so listen, let me preface this before we get into it. We ain't here to bash nobody's religion.
No.
We ain't here to try to force what we believe now onto you. No. We not here to tell you not to believe what you believe.
Yes.
We just here to tell our soul truth, good people. We just here to tell you what our soul has experienced through going through this conditioning and how we made it out. And so, giving you hope that maybe you going through it and you might feel like it's no way out. We showing you how we did it. So listen, I wrote down this right here before we get into it. Look, this is the chapter most people don't talk about, right? When faith cracks, when identity collapses, when you realize you were living a life you thought God chose for you, but it was really conditioning. Oh, wow. Wait.
And
go ahead, babe. Go ahead. Talk about it.
You know, for a lot of people, you grow up in it. You don't really have a choice in that matter. Like, you just do what your parents have done and what their parents have done and what their parents have done. And so it's passed down generationally, and then you almost feel like you can't question it.
That's it. That's it.
You can question it.
You can
and
question it.
You should question it.
Say it again for the people in back.
You should question it.
You should, good people.
Yes.
So listen, man, we just about to jump right into it. Tell our soul truth.
Yes.
You ready?
Let's do it.
Man, let's do it. Y'all always hear me talk about them first 7 years.
Yes.
So that's where it all began. You know, we kind of grew up similar.
Similar.
Go ahead and kind of talk about that.
We were both raised in the ministry. Both of our parents were evangelists. We seen it from such a young age. Yes. Like, I mean, and, you know, the church 4 to 5 times a week and, just
people.
I mean, and that, you know, as a child, you just think that's normal.
4 to 5 times a week. She ain't exaggerating. Monday, you might have took the day. The church I grew up in, Monday, days off. Tuesday was some type of service. Wednesday was Bible study. Thursday was like days off. Friday was a service. Yes. Saturday was choir practice. Sunday, you there all day long.
And I'll say you grew up in a bigger church.
I did.
And I grew up in these smaller churches. So we didn't necessarily do, choir. I mean, they did it, but it's not like it was for what you had to go through. Ours was just, we did a lot of revivals. Like,
got you.
Ours was like, if it was 4 nights a week, it was because of a revival going on.
Got you. See, look, I wrote down this before we move on. Church wasn't just something we did. Church was our identity. We grew up in it. Like, we grew up in church thinking that that's who we were, right? Not knowing that was conditioning, right? So, yeah, and then us being together, y'all know I'm a note taker, man. So then us being together, we thought we was equally yoked when we met in college,
we had the same beliefs,
same programming, Pentecostal. It was very rare when you met somebody that was Pentecostal. You're like, what? So you believe in speaking in tongues and all the what? Like, oh no, this got to be God sent.
Right.
So yeah, but watch this. I wrote down this also. We didn't have awareness. It was conditioning. But watch this. Conditioning led us to consciousness, and consciousness led us to the embodiment of 27 years of love in action. But I'm getting ahead of myself right now. But I just wanted to do, that's the soul truth I want you to get before we go to the next section, right? Before we hit up this next part, right? But that's how it all started, good people. So we was conditioned to believe that this is what we're supposed to do.
We got married at such a young age. Yeah. So I was 21, you were 20. Yeah. And then we just went right into it. Right into
ministry, man. My mom had her own church. So at 2021, we just instantly, right, like she said, went into ministry.
Because we really just, again, we were conditioned to think that's what we should be doing.
Because I heard that my whole life. And I know wifey might have heard similar things coming up, but like I said, go back and check out part 2. I've heard that my whole life, prophecies. I was supposed to be a pastor. I was supposed to be an elder. Oh, he got a gift to speak. Oh, I heard this my whole life. So when you grow up hearing that your whole life, you just think, that's my calling. That's what I'm supposed to do. My calling is teaching, but it's not in that arena. Yeah, man, we get to that. Right. But yeah, so like wifey said, we just got thrust up into it. We was co-pastors at Transform for Miracles Ministry. That's my mom's ministry. So 2021, boom, thrown right into the ministry. Yep. We was on the radio every week with my mom. Yes. So we was on a live radio ministry. So that's kind of how, like, two things can be true. You can't throw the baby out with the bathwater, right? You always hear me say that. Right. But that's kind of how I started to develop my speaking skills, though. Because I was 20, you was 21, I was 20. Yeah. And boom, right out the gate, I'm speaking in front of people, right? I'm on the radio, right? I'm doing all these things. So Transform for a Miracle Ministry, my mom's ministry, was where we really got cemented and rooted in that. And because you just think that's what you're supposed to do. Yes. So in the early stages, we was just just chilling, right? But like I said, it taught me some things. I wrote down this: learning to speak. It taught me learning to lead. It taught us how to lead, right? Because people was depending on us, being responsible enough to really research the scripture, to interpret that the right way, right? That's how we saw it, right?
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah. So it taught us that, but it also taught me how to perform. Right? Because I saw it as my job, and not like my calling or gifting. Yeah. I was like, this is my job, right? And so, and wifey, man. Oh, well, go ahead. You seem like you about to say something. Okay. Yeah. So, and then just not understanding nervous system, not understanding consciousness, not understanding prefrontal cortex, not understanding the part of your brain with the threat, the fear, subconscious programming, not understanding all that stuff. You think it is a calling.
Right. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But it's really conditioning, good people. Yeah. Right. I wrote down this: calling got mixed up with conditioning. Right. What our bodies absorbed is what we thought or what we was taught about God. Right. What our bodies absorbed, right? In those first 7 years. Because logically, we couldn't think logically. No. Right? Your brain is not even developing until 25. And then after that, it keeps developing.
We're just regurgitating what we heard.
That's it, good people. That's it. But what we say in the last one, a belief is what? Nothing more than a thought that you think over and over, and your nervous system accepts that as true, right? So now we into it, and I put this right here, the embodiment of soul truth, right? The embodiment, right? That's where we are now, because we're embodying this through consciousness and not the program. See, the program. But anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. But listen though, but that's where we are now. So now we're in our 20s. Yes. We're ministering. We're going full blast, good people. We're traveling around with my mom. People are inviting us for speaking engagements. Yes. I mean, we 2021 doing this, right? We're really thinking that we are walking and accepting the call of God on our life.
And let's just say, we started as soon as we got married, and that went on with your mom, in her ministry for years.
I mean, like years, at least a decade.
Oh, definitely.
At least a decade.
Yeah, because you got to think we transitioned to, and we thought we were called to move. Oh, and that That was 13 years after we got married.
Yeah, 13 years. Yeah. So that's
so we're still heavy in it.
Yeah, heavy in it.
And then we're thinking God has called us to move
to Dallas.
That's
the Dallas story, right? That's
right.
But see, the preference that we always, before we even moved, we always felt God called. We always felt like God called us off our job. You hear me tell that story.
Yeah.
And the bill collector was like, "Sir, we didn't loan God the money." Right? So we've always felt like we had these instinctive calls from God. But then we had to really understand that's conditioning, good people. God wasn't calling us to do that. So like wifey said, the next logical move for us, Dallas.
Oh yeah.
Man, we was traveling to Dallas. Shout out to the Proctors, baby. Shout out to the Paula P and Big Jeezy. Listen, we was traveling to Dallas at least twice a month when we lived in Oklahoma, because we really thought we was called.
We were traveling to go to church.
in Dallas. On
from,
Sunday mornings.
From Oklahoma City to Dallas.
To the Potter's house. Every Sunday. At least twice a month.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes we would do that 3 times a month, because that's what we felt we was called to.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? When you really think that you've been called, but it's conditioning, it's the program.
Yeah.
It's the loop, right? So you really go ahead.
No, it's just like when you say the word loop, I can just see that in my mind, like the same
thing.
Over and
over. And it's not new neural pathways forming. So every time that thought comes to a dead end, it just repeats itself. Right? Because there's no neural pathways forming, no new ones. Thoughts that wire together, fire together. Right? So we doing this, we traveling, we really think this the next move. So we like, hey, Dallas is it.
Yep.
We got to get down there. That's our next step. That's the next fertile environment.
And this is, we had our cleaning business.
Yeah, we had our cleaning business.
Thriving.
Our cleaning business was thriving. Yeah, man. We had built our second house.
Right. We were homeowners.
Second home that we own. Yeah. Second custom built home. Right. And we uprooted all that because we thought God was calling us. But it was conditioning, good people. Yeah. Conditioning. So we moved to Dallas. Yeah. Right. Like wifey said, we got down there. We got heavily involved in that. Shout out to my Dallas family, though. Like I said, you can't throw the baby out with the bathwater, right? Yeah. We met a lot of great people in Dallas, man. Shout out to celebrity Barbara Hurl and the boss lady, man. That's one of the things. Took me underneath his wing. We got on the radio, Life Choice Radio. I started doing radio down there with him. That was a big deal. Elder Randall, remember Elder Randall came. Shout out to Elder Randall, man, kind of took me in. So we jumped right into Dallas and jumped right into ministry at the Potter's house. Right. We was heavy in it. You know, the marriage ministry, man, remember when we did the marriage ministry right after we lost Joshua? Yes. This is what I mean by conditioning, good people. Right after we lost our second son, Joshua, came early. It was days later.
Oh, days, yeah. I probably just got out of the hospital.
Yeah, just got out of the hospital. I felt urgent or rushed to, I gotta make it. That's a sign of weakness if we don't show up, because faith. And my wife just had prematurely delivered our baby, and it died. Joshua, it died at 5 months. And then yet we was conditioned to think that we still had to show up to minister to other people.
And, you know, I will say it for me, and how I've seen that even the loss was, I mean, looking back is crazy, thinking, oh God, you know, God had his hand on that. Really? I mean, on losing a child, he had his hand on you losing your child?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What you think is calling could be your conditioning, good people.
I mean, I didn't even have time to grieve. Like, I don't need to grieve. This was a God thing. So
the conditioning,
just crazy.
Like she said, and I had to be strong. You know, I had to be strong. I had to be the man of God. I had to be strong. So we showing up. We gonna minister broken and hurt. What?
Yeah.
Listen to that now. Now, when I say that out loud now at 47 years old, that sounds crazy to me to say that out loud right now at 47 years old. But this is what we're talking about. This all happened in Dallas, man. So it's not like we was just in the ministry sitting on the pews. We was in the front line of ministry, good people, right? So as all this is going on in Dallas, that's why I wrote my book, Hatchat. then something started to happen. In Dallas is where I got my first consciousness book too.
You really started hatching.
I really started. Shout out to my man James, man. My man James, who gave me my first consciousness book. I think it was by Brian Tracy, something about the subconscious mind. And when I first started reading that, through that mug, the devil is a lie. What?
That is not godly.
But watch this. But then I kept reading. I'm like, dang, that kind of that feels more liberating for my soul. Right. But I'm like, nope, it ain't God. It's outside the Bible. Then I kept reading it. I'm like, but how come I keep going back to it? Right? What's drawing me back to this book about consciousness, right? And this is what I put down on here. This is what I had to remember, right? That I put down, it was the same truth. It was just different language.
Right.
That's what I had to decipher through, right? Yeah. Right? And just understanding that my soul felt free when I read that stuff, even though my mind and my body felt trapped.
Right. Man, that's huge.
That's huge. That's huge. That's the soul truth, right? Because listen, two things can be true at once, right? Two things can be true. So you can still, have the conditioning playing, but your soul can still be speaking to you like that conditioning ain't it.
Right. Yeah.
That ain't it, man.
And for me, it was always like I had trouble understanding the Bible in the first place. But I also, again, I talked about this before, felt crazy if I questioned.
Yeah.
Me not understanding it, know?
No, that's true. That's true. And I used to try to explain to her, and then that turned in sometimes to arguments. Right. We just gonna keep it a buck, man. That's what we doing on. We telling our soul truth.
But I'm like, it don't make sense.
Yeah, but I'm like, babe, you just got to get your faith up.
You just got to believe.
You got to believe more. Got to just read more. You just ain't reading the word right. You just say. So that's from a head of the household.
Right.
That
he felt responsible for my soul.
Say it again.
I mean, he felt responsible for my soul.
Ooh, say that one more time.
He felt responsible for my soul.
And you know what?
That was what he was conditioned to think.
Believe. Come on. And you know what I feel now at 47? I ain't responsible for nobody's soul but mine.
Exactly.
That's it. I'm going to tell my soul truth, and I'm going to help you tell yours. That's it. If you choose not to, I'm not responsible for that, good people. That's on you. But yeah, so that's kind of when it kind of really all started unraveling.
Right.
I got the consciousness book. I wrote down this. I never forget. I was sitting in Dallas, remember, in the backyard. I didn't even bring a lot of this to wifey, man. Sometimes, man, I would be in Dallas, man, in the backyard just crying for people. I wouldn't even bring it to wifey, man. I just, because listen, I asked myself this. I remember this vividly. Why, God, did you bring me down here in my family for this shit?
Like, because really, we were struggling.
Oh, man. Dallas was our worst financial year.
Yeah.
Ever. Even though we had sold our business. But watch this. Because of conditioning, right? Not the call. We sold our cleaning business and then went to Dallas, cashed it out because of conditioning, trying to chase something else. And then that didn't work out. Now we was, like the folks say, assed out. No, I'm gonna say it like the young people say, assed out. We lost $15,000 in Dallas in a bad business deal, trying to chase money.
And we had rented our house out.
Yeah, rented our house out in Oklahoma, and the guy lost his job.
Right.
So now we got a mortgage back.
We couldn't afford to pay rent where we were living in Dallas and our mortgage back in Oklahoma.
And watch this. I didn't even hit on this. Wifey tried to instinctively, right, prepare us to move to Dallas. She was like, okay, baby, we're going to do it. Let me look for a job. Let me go ahead. You know what I said? Because the conditioning, that ain't faith.
Right.
That ain't faith. We're going to move down there on faith. Man, Dallas almost killed us, good people, financially. Yeah. Let me come close to the camera so you can hear me. Dallas almost killed us financially because I didn't follow my wife's intuition because of conditioning. That ain't faith. God calls us to Dallas, he going to provide. So I remember sitting down there crying, tears, like, what the hell is going on? I'm doing exactly what you asked us to do, and it turned out like this.
Or what we thought.
or what we thought, but I'm just saying in that moment in our mind, and it turned out like this. I'm like, what's wrong with me?
Yes.
So I wrote down, why God, why did we do everything you asked, right? But then it turned out like this.
Right.
Think about that. Yeah. That's what we were sitting with in Dallas, right? But nevertheless, we didn't stop. Because faith, conditioning, that's just part of it.
You or we're doing something wrong.
Yeah, right? So it's on us. So we felt like we were doing something wrong. So got to clean up what we doing, right? So we moved back home. We get all that squared away, right? We get back to the house because we felt like, okay, I know why Dallas went wrong. Remember when we talked about it?
Yeah.
Because we really supposed to go back to Oklahoma and start a church.
Yep.
So we came down here to Dallas training ground. So you try to rationalize this stuff.
You try to make sense out of something that can't be made sense with.
While you're suffering.
You can't make sense out of that.
We was trying to rationalize, like Wifey said, while we were suffering.
Yes.
Think about that.
We had to scrape and figure out a way to save our house.
Save our house.
So it's not foreclosed on.
Yeah. So
and that ended up screwing us later on in life. That's another story for another time.
Man, listen, we done been through it, good people. And now what you see is the byproduct of all this. All that was our cocoon stage, is what I call it. But we struggling. So we moved back home, right? We moved back home. We buy back into our cleaning business.
Yes.
Right. So that was a positive. We got with the person who bought it.
Yes.
We because I was helping them out in Dallas. Right. And then we moved back. We kind of partnered, and then we bought them out.
Yes.
So we took back over our cleaning business, but everything kind of settled again when we got back home. Right. So we started the church. Yeah. We started to go. We was like, oh, see, we just need to come back home. So we
felt like things were just falling apart now.
Right. But then it started to fall apart again.
Right.
Once we started our church, I didn't want to be there. I'm just gonna keep it a buck.
Sundays felt hectic and heavy, and trying to get kids ready, and it's like
that's when Caleb was born, right? As we had, so he was what, 1 or 2?
No, well, he was still a baby.
Right?
Yeah.
Right. And I remember doing that. You know, my mom ordained us. We had the service at our house. We went through all that. Love Like Christ ministry, because this is it. So we started it a couple of weeks, and it was growing. Listen to what we telling you. We didn't leave that because nobody was showing up. It was growing. We had community coming out. We was renting a storefront at a hotel. Hotel.
We were renting a
conference room at a hotel.
Yeah, but a conference
room.
So
that costs money, good people. So that means people were showing up, paying tithes, offering, doing all that stuff, because we was there for at least 3-4 months before but during that whole time, every Sunday, like Wifey said, I'm like, man, I would rather be somewhere else. Yeah. Like, this is not, my soul don't feel freeing.
No.
You know what I mean? Like
it felt forced.
Yeah.
It was like we were forcing ourselves to do that.
Yes. Yeah. It was like I was watching us on the outside do these things.
Right. Yeah.
While my soul was still like, y'all ever seen the movie Soul? Soul?
Yeah, definitely go.
Y'all gotta watch that. Listen. So when I do this, that part where they're down there, and he's like, "What is that?" And those dark things are going around talking about
they can't speak.
They can't speak. That's what it's really like when you get
black cloud around them. Yeah.
What is the black
cloud around them?
Yeah, the whole black. That's what it's really like for people when your soul is muffled and you get disconnected from your soul. That's what I really felt like. That's what Wifey really felt like. Our soul was trying to speak, but it went. We couldn't hear it.
Right.
It was muffled, right? So yeah, good people. We started the church, and then it
just didn't. I mean, I was all for it at first. I'm like, this is what we were supposed to do. And the longer we did it, it became more burdensome than anything. I mean, it was heavy. Yeah.
I put down here, the church didn't fail. That's not why we stopped. We outgrew it. We kept hatching.
Yes.
Like I said, we was already hatching and seeing stuff, right? But we were still so conditioned to religion that we didn't fully walk out of it yet.
Right.
So we doing all this stuff, man, the church, all that, right? I wrote down here, it wasn't that ministry failed. The container we had was too small. We outgrew it, right? We outgrew it. Listen, the dream The dream was never the church.
Mm.
That's what people told me our dream should have been.
Right.
You see, that's what we're trying to get you to see. My dream was never to be a pastor and do no church. My dream was to do this.
Right.
What we doing right now, good people. This is it. This is the dream I had when I was in Dallas, right? I used to tell
I mean, you really had it before then, because before we moved, like right after we had Z, you know, that's when you had your
I must fulfill my purpose.
Right. Yep. And you was already talking about global and mobile and, you know, speaking in front of people.
Come on, good people, man.
I mean, but we just was trying to put it in the wrong context. We didn't know at the time, but, you know, we were putting it in the wrong context.
That's it, man. And like Wifey said, I've always had this, man. Yeah. I've always had this dream, man, to empower people, right?
Right.
And so people saw that on me from a young age, so they just assumed, oh, pastor, church. No, that's conditioning, right? So we wanted to make this part 3 to kind of tell you a little backdrop that what you think is calling could really be your conditioning. Could be your conditioning. And are you willing to challenge that? Like Wifey said, are you willing to challenge that? Yes. Right? So listen, I wrote this down. I had a dream in Dallas, right? I want to get to this and then we're going to close out and then we done. I had a dream.
Close out. You sound like a
preacher. I do. But look, hey, that preacher just in me though. It's in me though. Like I said, I grew up in it. You don't throw the baby out with the bathwater, right? So listen. So I had this dream in Dallas, man, of me speaking to like, it was like, I don't know, as far as the eye can see, right? But it wasn't in the church.
Right.
And I remember coming home, you know, when I woke up from it, what I'm telling wife, I'm like, I had this dream. People was crying. I mean, I can feel people's energy. And it was like, as far as the eye can see, but it was not in a church, good people. Right. And I couldn't figure it out. And now 15 years later, you know what that dream was? Right here talking to you. Right. Yeah. Content has made that dream a reality for me, right? So that's what we saying. What you think is calling really could be conditioning, right? Listen, I am the church, not in the ego, not in ego, but in lived truth, embodiment. That's what it's really all about. It's not theory. Most people that are Christians live in theory.
Yeah.
Because they never embody the thing that they're telling people about.
Right.
Because the loop will not let them embody it. Because their nervous system doesn't feel safe enough to embody it or expand or grow in it. Right? So listen, man, we're gonna talk about what we lost and what we gained. Right. And then that's it. So I wrote down this, what we lost and what we gained. We lost certainty, losing approval, losing religion identity, right?
When you say certainty,
when I say certainty, I mean from the program. If the program has always felt safe to us, that was our certainty. Yeah. Right. Yeah. So us walking out of that, it felt like we lost that certainty. Right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So we lost certainty. We lost approval with other Christians. Other believers.
Yeah, because we were those people. If you weren't a believer, something was kind of wrong with you.
And we was in leadership too as a believer. So we felt like we only could really associate with believers. So we lost that approval, right? We lost that religious identity, how we identified ourselves. Yes. But when you lose that, you feel like you dying though. Oh, yeah. That don't feel like soul truth in the beginning, good people.
No, in the beginning, it's a struggle in the beginning to let go of something you've been in for so long.
And Wifey will tell you, man, when we moved back, so we stopped the church, right? And so we started trying to do Bible studies at the house. And then that stopped because that didn't even feel right. And Wifey would tell you, I used to go to the park that was right around the corner every day. And I used to just sit there sometimes with people for hours and I'd be crying. Like, God, it got to be something more. This ain't it.
Right.
But this is all I know. Yeah. And I remember saying, what the hell do I do now? Yeah. When I built my whole life on this, and now I'm finding out it's cracking.
Life, identity, everything.
Everything. My identity, who I thought I was, who she thought she was, who we thought we was. Right. And now, but I told you, but this is what we gained. We gained freedom, nervous system awareness. Yes. We gained a deeper marriage, We gain a deeper alignment.
Yeah.
We gain financial growth,
right.
emotional safety.
Yes.
Everything got better, even though it was slowly,
Right.
but everything got better
Mhm.
because transformation, you're renewing.
Yes.
So that means you have to tear down something in
Mhm.
order to build it back up better.
Right.
But that's a slow process sometimes.
Mhm.
So that's pretty much the whole nutshell, part
Yes.
3.
Yeah.
You know, but as we started deconstructing, and we still are deconstructing.
Oh yeah,
good
I mean
people.
that's just when you've been in it for so long and it was taught to you at such a young age. There's so much you've got to unravel and untangle in your own mind.
Yes.
You know what? I've always believed this. The mind. What?
Yeah.
What is that one scripture?
A double-minded man.
Yes, a double-minded man
is unstable,
is
in all his
unstable.
ways.
So at first it feels very unstable because you're trying to get away from it, but yet it keeps pulling you in, and then you're just like you don't know where to go at that point.
That's true.
But then the more you start to untangle that, you can see that you're not double-minded anymore.
That's true. That's true. The more you start to turn your amygdala, that's what it is. I got it, babe. Amygdala down. That's where all the program, the loops in the amygdala part of your brain. Your brain got 3 parts: prefrontal cortex, amygdala. I can't remember the other part, but like the amygdala is where the threat, the danger, the programming loops. The more you activate your prefrontal cortex, the amygdala gets quiet. You can never completely turn it down, but it gets quiet. That's what wifey's talking about. So listen, we did this part 3, like I said, not to judge your beliefs, not to make you believe what we believe. You can stay in religion. You can stay
free to believe what you choose.
We're just telling our soul truth in hopes that you tell your soul truth.
Right.
And take the start having your soul sound like this and take it off so your soul can talk. Look, most people are living lives that they don't consciously choose. I wrote this down.
Sure don't.
Because calling gets confused with conditioning.
Yes.
My calling is teaching.
Yeah.
I'm still teaching.
Right.
But it got confused with the conditioning.
Religious Christianity teaching.
Yeah, it's not in the way that they told me it was.
Right.
Look, because faith can mature without collapsing when you understand it.
Right. Say that again.
Faith can mature without collapsing when it's not conditioning and it's really calling.
Right.
Want me to say it one more time for the people in the back? Your faith can mature, right? Your faith can mature without collapsing when you understand conditioning and calling.
Right.
Calling matures your faith.
Right.
Conditioning collapses it. Yes, sir, good people. Listen, don't collapse your faith because you've been conditioned to do something a certain way. We just trying to help you. So so that's it. The Married Life Podcast, episode 11, Deconstruction Part 3, good people. I mean, like I said, we can make a ton of video. We're trying to condense 15 years in 30 minutes.
Right.
And I think we did a pretty good job.
Not even just 15 years from childhood.
And but you get the guts of what we're saying. Yeah. You must regulate that conditioning to get to your real calling. Right. So listen, watch this episode, share it with somebody who needs to hear this. Go check out the other 10 episodes. And every Tuesday at 2:30 p.m. Central Time, we drop a brand new episode of The Married Life. So come hang out with us. Right. Come chill with us. Anything else you want to add to this, babe, before we get up out of here? Man, that is it. So listen, good people. This ain't about judgment. This ain't about telling you what to believe. No. This is about our soul truth. And hopefully you found value in this, right? Go back and watch parts 1 and part 2. Hopefully you found value. Comment below. We want to hear from them, right? What's our email?
THA marriedlife23@gmail.com.
So email us your questions about deconstruction or anything about relationships or faith.
Anything, doesn't matter.
And comment below, right? What part of this video stuck out to you? Right. Comment below. We want to hear about it. Let's start an open conversation, right? Yes. So we can help each other keep growing, keep expanding, keep our nervous system where it needs to be, and get out this damn conditioning, right? Until next time, baby, the Married Life Podcast, episode 11. 11.
Yeah.
Look, I forgot, baby. We on the roll now. Right. So join us for episode 12.
Yes.
Listen, same bad time, same bad channel. We out. There to be you, good people.